Welcome back to the King of the Course series where you guys, the viewers, send in your 24 scale rigs. I run them on the indoor course competition style, and the top 3 trucks in each class are going to take home some prizes. Got a special one for you today, guys. This submission came recommended from Mr. Karnage RC himself. We've got 2 epic builds here on the Karnage Alien chassis sent in from Jeff in North Carolina. Now, Jeff, from what I've been told, is the expert on Karnage RC builds. This is an important fact because sitting on top of our ultra-competitive Class 2 is a Karnage Alien chassis build by Brandon. Now, Jeff sent in 2 of these rigs to check out. We're only going to run one of them on the indoor course, but I did want to showcase both of them here real quickly because they're awesome. Let's take a look at these trucks here. I think for the course runs, I'm going to run the green one because I really dig the green one here, what he's done with the scale accessories and this overall build. This is my favorite, but I did just want to show you guys both of them really quick, because Jeff has done an excellent job here on both of these from a scale aesthetic standpoint and a performance standpoint, which we'll get into in a minute. But taking a look at the purple one real quick here. Custom hard body here. He's got the duct tape and the plastic over the windows. We got the mirror hanging off here on the side. I thought that broke during shipping, but I'm assuming that's how it's supposed to be now that I look at it. Great weathering on here. We got the windows in there, half rolled down on this side, broken on the other. Built on the aluminum Karnage RC chassis. I love how he shrink wrapped the battery to color match everything in here. Very, very cool rig. Now, like I said, I did want to focus on the green one for this competition and the primary rig in this video because this one, very similar to the purple one as far as components go. The scale accessories on the body and the aesthetic of this really drew me to this one. So we're going to focus on this one from here on out. But great build here from Jeff, and thanks for sending both of them in to check them out. All right, Jeff has sent over the build list for both of them. All right, starting with the exterior. So this truck is sitting on, I believe these are Trio beadlock wheels. These do have the Karnage RC turbine beadlock rings on the outside. He's done all 5, so he's got the spare tire in the back here with the matching ring on there as well. These are wrapped in the J Concept megalithic tires. It's another reason why I wanted to feature this one on the course because I'm really excited to run these tires. I have never run these in the small scale. I have these in the larger scale, so I'm pumped to try them out on the small scale. This is rocking a custom hard body here. Lots of scale accessories on here, just super cool. We got the gas can in the back, shovel on this cage in the rear, jack and shovel on the hood. He's got the antenna right there. Traction mats on the roof as well. Got a cargo box there. Inside, you can see we've got a driver, custom driver there on the dash. He's even got his own little RC car there on the dash. I mentioned the spare tire, full-size spare on the cage here as well. We take the body off. We got a water can and a cooler attached to the chassis here that is clearly visible when you have the body on. So love the aesthetic of this very cool looking truck. Getting into the real meat of this thing. So what does separate this one here? This has the plastic chassis as opposed to the aluminum that the purple build here has. This is kind of this translucent green setup. Love the aesthetic of this chassis. This is the Karnage RC Alien V3 setup. On the aluminum one, running the Karnage Alien V2. Powering this thing, we've got the FuriTech Micro Komodo mounted to the Little Guy Racing Parts MR24, the multi-ratio transmission here. It doesn't say in the build sheet what he's running for gear ratios in this. We should be able to tell once we get it running. On the driver's side slider, we've got the FuriTech Lizard Pro, which tiny, tiny little receiver on this. Probably the smallest receiver I've ever seen on one of these builds. What is this? This is the GT55 Nano receiver for the Futaba remote. Super tiny. Very clean electronic setup in here. The whole chassis is laid out very well. For suspension, he's running the Endura Big Bore 40mm oil-filled shocks. Underneath, take a look at this, we have Endura high clearance metal links, an OGRC flat skid plate here. Jeff does have kind of a custom upper link setup in the rear here. He's got 50mm upper links here mounted to the chassis rails. He does have a note that it is not advised to mount these upper links to the chassis rails on the acrylic chassis here, as it can break. He likes to live dangerously, so here we are. So hopefully they don't break while we're testing it. For axles, this is running the Mias Racing Isokinetic axles. These are the aluminum housings. Love these axles, seeing these on a lot of builds. Super aggressive steering angle on these things. Providing that steering is the Mofo RC Servo Beast up front here. All right, guys, before we get into the performance test here, got to give a shout out to Jeff and his socials. Make sure you give him a follow on Instagram at Small Scale Radio Control. He's also on YouTube with the same handle. I will link that down below here. And also got to give a shout out to Karnage RC for making these great chassis and referring Jeff to the channel to get these awesome rigs submitted. Now I'm super pumped to get these things going. Let's get them on the corner scales, get them on the setup table, and then we're going to run them and see if they perform as good as I think they're going to. All right, on the scales with the green build here, we got 57% front, 43% rear, nice 50-50 left to right. Total weight of 566 grams, just about 567. This is with the battery in there. Onto the setup table, let's do the RTI, Ramp Travel Index. You got some good flex on this. That's one thing with the Karnage chassis, I find they articulate and they move so well. Coming off right there, I'd say about 17.5 on the RTI. Next up, side hill. 40. 50. 54 on the side hill. Now the vertical. 45. 55. 60. 65. 67 on the vertical. Forgot to mention this also has the Little Guy Racing Parts limiting strap set up front there to help control that front end. All right, guys, on the course, running this for a little bit before recording this, already pretty impressed. It's just super cool to have something that looks like this with a great custom scale look on it and have the performance lurking underneath there. That's mighty, mighty impressive. So far impressed with the megalithic tires. They seem to hook up really well. Look at the grab there going through. Holy moly. Oh, we would have just squeaked through there. Yes, a little bit of an unload there coming on that sharp decline. Saw that back end pop up a little bit there. We'll see how it does in other sections of the course. Those Mias axles giving us great steering angle there to get through these tight gates. Gonna head right into Mini Moab. Oh, it's just super, super composed. I'm pushing off to the side there. I want to be very careful not to go off the table. Oh, I should have held it. There we go. Oh my gosh. I'm going over on that one. I'm in a weird spot here. It's that servo has got a ton of power. It's kicking me right up in the air. I got to get off to the left. No, again, I'm stuck. I don't want to push it. Jeez, think that once that thing grabs, holy moly. Okay, trying to find traction on the left there. I do find that the tires push off a little bit. I can find the grip. Yes, would have cleared that as well. Excellent. See how we do on this decline here. You're going to see that rear end coming up a little bit there. Doesn't cause any issues. Still able to get through the hot tub clean. About some side hill will come across the base of the chute. Very planted there. We go up Hell's Gate. Oh my gosh, the grip, holy cow. All right, I think we got a contender. We got a contender here for sure. This thing is well sorted out. Jeff has got this thing dialed. I'm excited to run it. It's going to be really nice to see what I can do with both hands on the controller. Just trying to run this and film at the same time is always challenging. I'm really excited to see what we can get for results. Nice grip there. All right, let's get geared up and do it. All right, run number 3. Last one, here we go. This thing is crushing the course. Let's see if we can finish strong. Super impressed with this build. This thing did not disappoint. Jeff has got this thing dialed, man. Look at that thing grip. Wow, so clean. These megalithic tires, man, I gotta get some of these. I was excited to try them and they are awesome. All right, looking good. We're heading into our second bonus gate here. Kind of lost my line. There we go, get that in the pocket. Come up on the boulder here for rocker knocker. Yes, nice and clean through the hot tub. Lots of confidence driving this truck now that I've gotten used to it. The thing is an animal. Oh, still I'm conservative on the escalator here because I just don't want these nice trucks to go for a tumble. You get those tires to bite, come on. I get that rear through. Just barely, holy cow. It's Mias axles, man, the turning radius, they're so good. They have really been the axles of this competition. I lost my setup there for this final bonus gate, able to recover. Nice, getting through there clean, excellent. And set up for Hell's Gate. Oh, like no problem whatsoever. So many trucks have struggled on that, but this thing, man, just keep the momentum up. Not even a whole lot of throttle, just cruise right up there. Coming down the escalator, we are in the home stretch. This is gonna be a beauty of a run here. Through the last gate and through 254. Strong run there. Couple of awesome builds here by Jeff. He has got these Karnage builds dialed, that is for sure. And what I really like about Jeff's build approach here is that he's gotten great performance out of these things. Both of them, when I drove the purple one too, as well as the green, they both performed extremely well. But they aren't a Spartan looking bare bones competition style crawler. He's got a lot of really cool details in it with the custom hard bodies, the 3D printed accessories, the full-size spare tire and wheel on the green one that we ran on the course. So he's integrated a lot of scale details, fun details on these that make them look great, but underneath it's got just a killer performance platform. And these things both just knocked it out of the park on the course. The way the green one gripped, those megalithic tires, I got to get some of those in the 1.0 size, gripped extremely well. The thing was planted, solid. I don't have a lot of complaints or advice to give on this build. These things worked really well. And the numbers speak to that. Jeff's green build on the course scored an overall score of -126, which tied it for third place, but it was just eked out by Maxwell's build on the time. So I'm glad I did the timed run here because it took a little bit longer in the timing and thus ends up in fourth place. But we had two perfect runs. I hit a gate, I blew a gate on the first run. Otherwise, this thing would have totally crushed the course. But nonetheless, a great showing here from Jeff and these Karnage RC builds. So big shout out to Jeff for sending these in. Big shout out to Karnage RC for putting out a great SCX24 chassis here. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think of these builds here by Jeff and the competition thus far? We're almost done. We're winding it up. I've got, I think, 7-ish more videos left and we're gonna wrap this series up. But as always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you in the next video.